Plus adding some games. I wanted to go over some of the games, but one of them caught my attention. If you look at this picture here, it seems as if they're going to be adding Ubisoft's failed Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. They're going to be adding that to PlayStation Plus. Now, here's the interesting thing about Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. From what I understand, from people who have played the game, and I want to play the game, I do. I want to check it out because I like Prince of Persia. I do. I have all the Prince of Persias, except for this one. But I hear that the game's not bad. However, the game flopped quite simply because it's just they just didn't do a good enough job. People probably saw it and they're like, "What the fuck? Who is this Killmonger Fade guy?" You know what I mean? But I hear that the game is actually pretty decent. So I'm gonna check it out myself at some point in time. But the game, at the end of the day, the game failed. It is what it is. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown absolutely failed. They priced it wrong, says Yoda13. You know what? You're probably right on that. You're probably right on that. But you know why they did? It's because these companies who have subscription services, what they're doing, especially Ubisoft does this all the time, bro. They did it with Star Wars Outlaws. They're going to do it with Assassin's Creed Shadows. What they do is they overprice the game on the retail side of things in order to push people to become members of their streaming service. That's what they do. So they want people to subscribe to Ubisoft Plus. So they probably outpriced Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and that, shied away a lot of people because not many people want to subscribe to Ubisoft Plus. I'm sure there's people out there that are subscribed, but the majority of people don't want to do that. They want to buy the game on Steam if they're going to play on PC or something. So, but these companies don't care. So they overpriced it just to try to push people to go to the subscription service. That's what they did. So unfortunately, it just, it is what it is. Also, too, if I remember correctly, this game came out around the time where Ubisoft first announced that gamers should get used to not owning their games. There was a lot of backlash around that time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. My memory might fail to, to serve me there, but still. All right, moving on to the next topic. So we got SAG-AFTRA. We got strikes, boys. We got lots and lots of strikes. So you guys already know SAG-AFTRA struck in the entertainment industry multiple times, and they were striking over AI. They were striking over a bunch of things. Well, the SAG-AFTRA video game strikes are going to continue. Apparently, the negotiations have failed dramatically, and they are still going to have to continue doing what they're doing. The SAG-AFTRA strike involving video game performance actors is set to continue after the latest negotiations have failed to result in a new deal. In an update posted on its official website Tuesday night, the union's chief negotiator, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, for the video game strike says that there have been progress in some areas, but it's not enough to curb the concerns that the union has about AI abuse. You know what's crazy? I always say this all the time. I love how people don't care about automation until it's their asses that are on the line. So what do I mean by that? These people that work in the entertainment industry, whether it's movies, TV shows, video games, whatever, I can agree that AI is being abused to some extent right now. I can agree to that because there's not a lot of regulations around it right now because it's still fairly new technology. But even so, I love how they're complaining and they're trying to say, well, that's not fair. You want a real person doing the work. You don't want some machine doing the work. You don't want a computer doing the work. It can't do this. It can't do that. But these are the same people that they'll go to a McDonald's and they'll use a fucking kiosk instead of going to the cashier and ordering because the cashier won't take your order. They'll just give it to you because the kiosk does all the work. The computers do all the work. These are the same people that are perfectly fine with most things being manufactured by a power plant that does everything automated that ended up having people lose their jobs because of automation. All of these people are okay with automation in other parts of their lives But the moment it affected them in their jobs because they thought they were immune because they were in the arts, now suddenly automation is not a good thing. Now suddenly automation is a bad thing. You know what I mean? This is why I never have any sympathy. I don't have any sympathy for these people. Because if you are okay with automations in other parts of the world, in other fields, then you should be okay with automation in this field too, as long as it makes things better. Now, granted, right now, it doesn't make things better, in my opinion. AI is not quite there yet to make things better, but it will be there. It will get there. At some point in time, it's going to get there. It may not be there now, where really good, you see, here's the thing, right? Really, really good artists, really, really good writers, really good storytellers, they currently cannot be replaced by AI because AI is not even there yet to replace those kind of people. But you know what AI is there for? To replace the losers, to replace the people who aren't good at their job, who are probably the ones complaining right now, to replace the people who are just super lazy, that write absolute slop and expect to be praised for it. Those are the people that AI is fast replacing right now. And that's why they're fighting so hard against it. Because the ones that are good at their job, they have nothing to fear. At least not right now anyway. But the losers, 100%. They know what's coming. They know their asses are on the line. So that's why they're going crazy. That's why they're losing their mind. Though progress has been made and agreements have been reached on certain provisions since we launched our strike last year, the last proposal the bargaining group made is still filled with alarming loopholes that will leave our members vulnerable to AI abuse. The statement reads, the union recently submitted a counter to this proposal that diligently addresses all the loopholes and will result in a contract that offers the minimum protections on members need in order to maintain sustainable careers as video game performers. So you basically just you just don't want to be replaced. That's what it is. Like, you don't want to be replaced by a computer. That's essentially what it is. You know what's funny? I believe I saw a story. I didn't have the chance to find it. Let me see. Let me see something really quick. Yeah, so this is actually pretty hilarious. So Hoyoverse, I'm trying to find the look at this. This is what happens. Okay, so they're on strike, right? Check this out. I got to make a video on this. Look at this. Zenless Zone Zero voice actors are surprised by their replacements amid AI strike. The Zenless Zone Zero, Soldier 11, and Von Lyokin voice actors say that they have been replaced in the Hoyoverse Gacha game following the strikes. The two actors who had previously voiced the pair say the decision was taken after they refused to record lines during the strike over AI protections for the performance. They also add they only found out they had been replaced with the launch of the new Triple Z update. Listen, man, you can strike all you want. You can strike all you want, but people who go on strike, they know that there's a high chance you're going to lose your job. There's a high chance that they're going to replace you. You are replaceable, right? 99% of the workforce is replaceable. I think in my entire life, I've only ever met one or two people that I would say were invaluable to business, right? But for the most part, if I really had to, I could replace them. It just wouldn't be as good, but I could do it and still get the job done. But there are very few people who are actually like that. For the most part, most people are replaceable. And companies like this, especially, they're not going to wait for you. You think Hoyoverse is going to wait for you? You think you're that amazing? Come on, bro. That's not going to happen. You don't own the fucking characters, bro. They hired you, not the other way around. If they want to replace you, they can replace you. The Zenless Zone Zero 1.6 patch notes confirm the update. It changes the English voice actor for Agents Lycaon and Soldier 11 and replaces the corresponding voice lines. In particular, Wolf Butler has been fairly prominent across several recent story arcs in the Gacha game over the past few months, but his lines have been unvoiced since December. Now actors Chase and Third Kettle say they learned about the change at the same time as the Zenless Zone Zero community. So they've been striking for a year, and they only just